let's talk about chloroform and how that kind of works.
What's happening? We all got chloroformed.
Somebody chloroformed all of us.
This is chloroform. It's a carbon atom with 4 chlorines attached onto it. Now, the most common use of chloroform was as an anesthetic, however, it has mostly been replaced with safer and less toxic anesthetics currently. The most famous use of chloroform is just knocking people the fuck out. It's pretty widely depicted in media as just somebody getting a rag with chloroform on it, held to their face, and then just immediately passing the fuck out. Now, that's not exactly how chloroform works. It does not work nearly as fast as depicted in TV shows and movies and all that. And it does take a hot second for enough chloroform to be inhaled to make a person lose consciousness. Now, the basic principle of how chloroform works is that it depresses the nervous system, disrupting the firing of nerve impulses throughout the rest of the body. The disruption of these signals basically stops bodily functions to a degree that the individual that the chloroform is being applied to loses consciousness. However, the exact mechanism of action as to how chloroform causes these nerve signals to be disrupted is, as of right now, unknown. There are kind of 2 hypotheses that I could find as to how exactly chloroform messes with the nerve signals, one of which being it disrupts the fatty membranes of the nerve cells themselves, or disrupts the myelin sheaths. And disruption of those fatty membranes causes the nerve cells to be all messed up with their signals. And the other hypothesis that I found was that it increases the flow of potassium ions through the potassium channels, which again just causes the nerve cells to wig the fuck out and mess with the signals. Now, the effectiveness of the chloroform depends on the dose and kind of the duration. The larger the dose, so the more chloroform that was applied, the longer that the individual is unconscious for, as well as the longer amount of time that chloroform was applied to the individual, the longer, again, they will be unconscious and affected. Additionally, the longer that the chloroform is applied, as well as the higher the dosage, there is an increased risk to the individual. High chloroform dosages and amount of time is correlated to higher risk of permanent kidney and liver damage, as well as if it's a very high dose, there is a distinct possibility of the individual being put into a coma, either temporary or permanent, as well as the possibility of death due to respiratory failure. Additionally, chloroform is very volatile and tends to lose its effectiveness as soon as it's exposed to air. The longer that it's exposed to air, the less effective it is, and it just tends to dissipate out into the atmosphere. So in medical uses, it has been replaced by safer and more effective anesthetics, and in other cases, there's just better ways to knock people out.